Temptations have changed dramatically since Eden, but the human emotions that are the genesis of our sinful motivations are unchanged. The marital union of Adam and Eve produced a first son named Cain, her second son Abel. Abel was a keeper of flocks. Cain was a tiller of the soil. Now, nowhere does Moses write or imply that either one of these occupations is inferior to the other. Cain brought an offering to the Lord of the first fruits of the ground. Abel brought an offering of the firstlings of his flock and their fat portions. Most of us know the story. Abel's offering was looked upon with favor upon the Lord. Now, we don't know what God instructed Adam or his sons, but we are assured that they knew what to do. That is clear from God's words to Cain. He said, "Then the Lord said to Cain, 'Why are you angry, and why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will not your countenance be lifted up? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door, and its desire is for you, but you must master it.'" That advice was good then, and it's good now. God's question implies that Cain's anger was unfounded. Cain knew the expectations. Cain's problem was not a lack of instruction. Cain rebelled against God. In essence, Cain had refused to obediently submit. Modern Christians still rebel against God's ways, refusing to follow his word. They seek to come to God on their own terms, reading the Bible in twisted ways, leaving portions out to justify their actions. But we see here a gracious God, not judging Cain for his anger, rather seeking out Cain and lovingly confronting him about his sinful attitude. But Cain rejected God's counsel. Naturally, when Cain's offering was not favored, he was ashamed. The oldest son is relegated below his little brother by the one he depends on as a farmer. His humiliation and hurt cannot be hidden. Abel saw everything. We all have been humiliated in front of friends. Remember middle school? Or the loss of that promotion that everyone thought was yours. This is unpleasant in front of people. It is even worse when it involves God. Remember, Cain knew what was expected of him, but rather than accept the blame, like we often do, Cain looks for another source to blame. By deflecting the blame on Abel as the source of his problem with God, he avoids blaming God. He avoids taking on the blame himself. He creates a convenient source to put the blame on. He makes himself a victim. He makes Abel a villain, and he justifies his anger against his brother. We still deflect blame and villainize others to construct the narrative that makes us the victim. Even with these feelings, Cain and we have choices about the decisions and actions we will take based upon these feelings. God always gives us the grace to resist temptation. When the two men were in the open field, when they were out of the view of others, no doubt, Cain kills his brother. At this point, God comes to Cain judging, saying, "Where is your brother Abel?" Cain's arrogant reply was, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" Not only does he lie to the all-knowing God, he seemingly doubles down on God's very question. Now, Cain is confronted by God. The time for repentance is over, and now God is about to pass sentence. It is not the ground which is cursed, but Cain. And now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hands. Cain has been blessed to have a green thumb. God curses him in his strength area. Never again will Cain be able to sustain himself by tilling the soil. Cain pleads, "My punishment is too great to bear." Even as he pleads with the Lord, his focus is not on seeking forgiveness, not even focused on what he's done to his brother. He is focused on the fact that his judgment will change and impact his life. Like us, Cain's focus is on self-pity with little remorse for his action. When Cain pleads that they will kill him out there, God assures Cain that while he may not value human life, God surely does value it highly. He would not even allow Cain's blood to be shed. He marked Cain so that others would be warned that there will be consequences if they hurt him, but also so that Cain would be marked as a murderer for the rest of his life. That's the lesson for this week. Have a great week. Bye.